The average Igbo businessman understands the concept of delayed gratification. First and foremost, the system that got them into business was one of delayed gratification. Having gone through a business incubation system where they were Unwa boys and had to patiently wait till they owned their own. Patience as a virtue was what honed in them bit by bit. And so when they eventually owned their own, they maintained the same attitude. And that's why the Igbo man can have 300 million naira in his account and still.
Hello and what's up, guys? In this video, you are about to hear something that will leave many Nigerians speechless. A non-Igbo man, Dr. Charles Akpoki, just said something that Igbo haters won't believe. Dr. Akpoki shared his personal experience living among the Igbo people, and what he discovered changed his life. It was posted to Aba during his NYSC, and what he saw amazed him. Young men building multi-story buildings, thriving in business, and supporting each other in ways he had never seen before. Instead of criticizing the Igbo, he decided to study them. And guess what? He found 3 powerful principles that make them successful: communalism, enterprise, and frugalism. He explained how the Igbo help each other grow, how they turn even the smallest businesses into massive success, and how they master delayed gratification, sacrificing today for a better tomorrow. Dr. Akpoki also shared personal struggles, how he survived tough times, managed money wisely, and made sacrifices that eventually paid off. His words hit hard, and some people will find them uncomfortable. But is he wrong? Guys, I will let you watch the video for yourself so you can see exactly what I am talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look, guys, and remember to share your thought after watching.
One of the greatest things that happened to me was that God made it possible for me to be posted to Igbo land and to Aba in particular. You don't believe in God, I'm sorry for you. The Bible says the fool says in his heart that there is no God. You know, my name did not appear in the NYC posting list. So I went to their office personally and they posted me by hand to Imo State. Then Imo and Abia were joined together. And when I got to Igbo land, I saw story buildings in some of the streets like Fox Road area. You can stay on top of you can stay in your balcony and shake somebody in another 4-story building. They are so close to each other. And they were young men building them. Then Onitsha, Owerri and all that. Then I decided to study these people. I studied the Igbo man. I gave my children Igbo names because they treated me very well and they loved me. So I decided to study them instead of criticizing them. I found 3 key principles. Number 1, communalism. Number 2, enterprise and hard work. Number 3, frugality and delayed gratification. Where do I start from? Communalism, that is to say, Carlo starts a business, Carlonta will join, Carlo will join, and each of them contributes towards the building of that business. One will serve the other one. If that one has served, when it reaches a point, it will settle the other one. Like that, and then wealth grows in the family. I came from my travel, the young man that was helping me to do videos in the farm. I've been trying to mentor him, but one problem some people have is they think that they know more than those who know. They think that they see more than people who are visionary. I've tried to position him severally. He has not followed my instructions. And I usually tell him, now you sabi, when we were there in the farm, now you sabi. But I want to give him an amount of money to start his life. But there was a problem I had. He said, I told him to do this point of sale POS business. So the money I will give to him, he should be able to make 3,000 naira daily. that will be 90,000 naira a month, because even on Sunday people will come. He said, is it that business that girls do? He doesn't know that some of those girls are employed by men. Well, he's hungry, but I will give him the money because God instructed me to give it to him. So if we keep settling people around us, wealth will flow if they are reasonable. So the next thing is hard work and enterprise. An Igbo man can turn anything to a successful business. He puts his life, puts his energy into it. Hard work. And I copied that. Yesterday, I was on top of bike. Policemen will see me, doctor. I needed to use that bike for fast movement and disguise. But they were still recognizing me. I went to look at the properties I had acquired. The ones I sold to people, I made sure they are still intact. I trekked and trekked and trekked until evening time. Hard work. I was working in the farm. When I started life, I would work in the hospital, go to Akwa Ibom to see patients, to take care of lepers, preach, do all that, take care of prisoners. I did a lot. Hard work. It will pay. Once you're intelligent, work hard. You become more successful than an intelligent man that does not work hard. Then delayed gratification. That is where I want to anchor this message. We drove to Münster in Germany from Lunen, and we went to a restaurant. If you pay a certain amount of money, you can eat whatever you like. It's a buffet. My eldest son, my second son, who is my third child, my grandson, their 2 wives, and I. And we sat down. I ate octopus, I ate shrimps, I ate kangaroo meats, I ate all kinds of things. I had the experience in Durban in South Africa. I was a full mumu. I went there and just collected one big plate. After eating down, the girls come, please, you can still go for more. You can still go for more. I said, hey, mumu, you don't come here, bushman. Just carry food like thief. So the next time, we went to the biggest shopping mall in the southern hemisphere then, and I learned the secret. You don't take too much at once. So I took impala meat, I took ostrich meat, duck meat, kudu. I was just taking small, tasting all the different types. You see different types of ice cream. That was in 2004, 2003. So we ate and we were tired. If you forget where they gave you umbrella, or no, if you forget where rain started beating you, you won't remember to return the umbrella they gave to you. I remember when I sold the hospital, as I was sitting with my sons there, when I sold the hospital and we went into ministry. My wife, she just followed me, not knowing where we were going to. We left her back, came to really, the enthusiasm with which you answer the call is not the same enthusiasm. It's not the same euphoria when the reality dawns. I had 4 children, Ajebota children, doctors' children that have never suffered before. Suddenly things changed. One of the things you will experience in ministry is that I did not call you. Samuel was told by Eli, I did not call you. Say, go. When he speaks, say, here am I. Listen, a lot of pastors, a lot of people get dissatisfied with their general overseers. They did not call you. It is God that called you. I was going to Mbano and we drove past a hotel that I stayed with my wife. That hotel, that's when we started ministry newly at Ombinze. You use that bolt to bolt it. The bucket was slimy. Generator goes off by 12. Meanwhile, the church service does not start by 10. Until 10, the people go to the farm, come back, and then stay till around 12, go back, generator is off. Okay, the generator stay till 6. Yes, stay till 6. Slimy bucket. With my wife, when I drove past that place, I said, time changes a lot of things. Your family members will think that you are crazy, particularly when you are the second doctor from your community. You say you had a call me. Somebody said, this is doctor that most of us want our children to become. This man became doctor and said he wants to be a pastor. What is it? They may see pastor. What is called pastor? That's how people look at you. All those of you making like, they may see pastor. Huh? My landlord told me, brethren, to feed these children was a problem. Tissue paper, soap. They were not used to suffering. And I said, God, if these children don't get a little taste of life, they will hate the church. They will hate ministry. Now, 2 people that gave me umbrella when rain started beating me, amongst many others, very prominent among many others, Reverend Evans Daniels and his wife, Ego Daniels, Reverend John Eze and his wife, CPM Ojikele and CPM Furo. Reverend John Eze was the first person. When I was called, I told him I wanted to go and preach somewhere in Ijebu, but my things needed to be taken to Ogele. He said I can send the things. He booked a hotel for me. I still remember the hotel in Obo Hill. Stayed there with my wife. Gave us money to feed. I don't forget that. And then when I go to preach, his wife, very, very, very wonderful cook, will prepare a lot of meals. Buy margarine, beverages, milk, everything. Same thing with Mrs. Evans Daniels, Ego Daniels. Always remember what you left behind. Always remember those you left behind. Always remember where you are coming from. I was always conscious of the fact that I left a wife and children at home. Look at me. There's nothing special about me. There's no anointing that is special. When your grace is not much, let your wisdom be more. Because wisdom is the principal thing. Grace without commensurate wisdom will lead to disgrace. And what I will do, you like laugh me on. I don't change, I don't grow, I don't improve, I don't go high. When they bring tissue paper to the hotel, 2 rolls of tissue paper in the suite, 2 tablets of soap, what am I using them to do? I will take my bath with 1 piece of soap for the 3 days, and I will conserve the tissue paper and the soap. When they bring food for me, I don't finish the food. I didn't used to eat breakfast. Whatever they brought, I would keep. If they bring a meal in the afternoon, I would take only a little portion. I will freeze the rest. That is how I will freeze food for days. And then I will leave Binez Hotel by 4 a.m. because then I was driving school bus. They want sticker boys to wake up and meet me. I will reach Willie by 8 a.m. It is those meals, those things, those provisions they gave to me that I did not eat because of delayed gratification. That is what I fed my children with. That was how they used tissue paper. That was how they used soap. and I was quite popular with different denominations. They will invite me here and there. And so I was able to take care of the family like that. Delayed gratification. My mates will charter airport taxis to go and preach. If I don't drive the school bus, I will enter public transport. Sometimes I go free motors to Port Harcourt. Then I will carry the bag of books because the family were writing books. We print books, trim books till daybreak. We did all kinds of things. We had scriber, trimmer to trim books in the house before we established the printing press. We had cassette duplicator. Reverend Chuma Okora, for blessed memory, wonderful man. I will carry books on my shoulder, carry cassettes on my shoulder, carry my bag in between my legs on top of bike. My shoulders will peel. When I'm crossing from Rumokoro Park to Eleme, if there's hold up, or just to cross, I'll carry them, cross. Or when I'm leaving Elele Alimini to Elele main town to board the vehicle to Owerri. It is when I'm on the top of the bike going to Owerri that rain will start drizzling. And then that time Mercedes was the Mercedes flat boot. I will see a doctor with Nigerian Medical Association sticker driving past, and I'm on top of bike with rain. And then the devil will come and preach to me. See how stupid? You sold the hospital? Did you really hear from God? Did God speak to you that he was telling you to sell the hospital? I can now laugh, but it was not easy. And so, entered vehicle from Elele, 4 of us at the back seats. Woe betide you if somebody knows you and calls you doctor. There are some days from Elele to Main Park. I will sit like this with traders, compressed. Sometimes somebody will recognize me, doctor, and will pay for me. When I get to Main Park, I will take a bike. I get close to GK Lane, I will come down so that they won't see that I came with bike. Sometimes I didn't care. That's how we managed. We started printing books, writing books. My wife would sit in the bus, the boot of the bus, and sell books. She did not sit in the altar. One day, one woman went to preach in one church in Port Harcourt. One wife of General Overseer with her cap like satellite dish came to play rubbish play near my wife. I can sell the books. I said, that's my wife. Okay. Later found out that she was struggling to enter nursing school. My wife trained in UBT as a nurse, trained in Abia State University Teaching Hospital as a midwife. We had our own hospital. You that is struggling to enter nursing school. Your wife, your husband that has only school certificate, you used to go to Bible school. They are trying to treat us like trash. But today, the story is different. Take some insults when you have insights, because where you are going to is much better than where you are now. Insults don't stain. They can scar you, but they don't stain you. Let an insult motivate you to get better and do better. And so they called me miser. That time I was only wearing Accra. Accra was easier to buy. 800 naira. You use 500 naira to sew it. 1,300. I had only 2 pairs of shoes. I was only wearing Accra. I remember one day I was preaching to them in the IPCI camp, Intercessors Prayer Camp International at Obeye. I wore a khaki dress, like Adam Soshomole, khaki colored dress, and I was preaching to them. I told them, you see this dress I'm wearing? It will not remain like this. The time is coming, I won't buy the things I will wear. I can't remember what I said, but I was telling them that the time is coming. My son-in-law imports these ones. I don't buy. There's an interview I will share now when my wife told me not to buy anything from Europe. She said the ones she has not finished wearing them. What am I buying new ones for? But I still bought because I know women. So practice delayed gratification. Live a simple life. Live less than your title. Live less than your status. break Parkinson's law of expenditure. Parkinson's law of expenditure states that the more money you make, the more.
The average Igbo businessman understands the concept of delayed gratification. First and foremost, the system that got them into business was one of delayed gratification. Having gone through a business incubation system where they were Unwa boys and had to patiently wait till they owned their own. Patience as a virtue was what honed in them bit by bit. And so when they eventually owned their own, they maintained the same attitude. And that's why an Igbo man can have 300 million naira in his account and still be acting like a broke man. He will still be in front of his shop eating abacha that his container is probably on the high sea and is doing in sales revenue of about 50 million naira per week. And whether you like it or not, many times these things actually have cultural implications. Because for example, I'm Yoruba and I must say that it's not really something as rampant with us as it is with the Igbo people. So I respect them for that. I remember a man who had a small shop around Mandelas. I used to buy shirts and suits from him for about 6,000 naira back then in 2014 when I was doing my IT at Nigerian Insurance. Now, a couple of years down the line, this man moved from that small shop to a massive plaza. He was incubating his business, not building a new house, and before we knew it, the business literally exploded. He did not buy a car for himself back then when he could have. Instead, he waited patiently. Today, he can afford to buy a car for himself every month if he wishes, because he's a bona fide billionaire. There's a lot to learn from my Igbo businessman, and delayed gratification is number one.